This is the Marketing Umbrella Podcast, where it's all about getting the information you need from successful leading marketers to build and grow your digital marketing agency. Brought to you by Tomáš Blaťák, founder and CEO of Umbrella, the technology platform and brand that is powering thousands of marketing agencies around the country. Find him at umbrellaus.com. Now, here's your host, Kevin Prewett.
This is the Marketing Umbrella Podcast, and my name is Kevin Prewett. It is an honor to serve this podcasting space. Our guest today is building a sales platform that saves a great deal of time each month for organizations around the world. He's the Chief Product Officer and COO of Leads Picker. They're all about fighting spam. They've learned that sales is not just about reaching out to thousands of leads to book 10 meetings. Matter of fact, he believes if you need that kind of volume, you're missing the point. He also loves AI and has adopted the open AI APIs since they were published publicly, replacing many manual tasks, once again, freeing up valuable time. In his free time, he enjoys biohacking, saunas, and hitting the gym. And forgive me for the way I'm going to pronounce this, but please welcome Tomáš Blaťák to the podcast interview today. Thomas, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invitation.
So this is your one time. So say your full name so people can actually hear it pronounced correctly.
The Czech pronunciation is Tomáš Blaťák, but your pronunciation was pretty great. So
you're a kind scholar. I think you're a gentleman. So hey, the intros are always so brief. So tell me, let's round it out a bit. Tell us a little bit more about who Tomáš is.
Basically, Tomáš is a guy from Czech Republic that basically I spent last 7 years in lead generation segment, and basically we started 7 years ago as a lead generation agency. We just manage hundreds of clients, and based on our needs, we just start building at this moment software as a service platform that is able to save the time for the sales team, marketing team, revenue teams with cold outreach. And we also start building some automations because as we maybe will talk in a podcast, that the normal way when we export database of a contacts and put into some sequencer and reach them all, this unfortunately stop work. So we also handling some smarter way of the outreach, for example, based on some triggers, on some mentions on the social networks, and etc.
Right.
So that's about me.
Now you're currently sitting in the beautiful city of Prague, right? One of the hidden gems of Europe. It's one of my favorite cities I've ever been to.
Thank you for that. I heard this for basically today is Tuesday, and I just heard the similar thing from two people during this week. So yeah,
it's a great. I highly encourage people to if you're in Europe, man, Prague has got to be on your list because especially that bridge that goes across the river there. That is such a beautiful, beautiful sight and so much history there as well. But I got a question just kind of as we start out. So, we interview people in the marketing space, all over the landscape. And so there are so many people. I mean, I get hit up on outreach for, we can help you generate leads on LinkedIn multiple times a week. I get people reaching out to me to do that. What separates the companies or the software that really works versus all these thousands of kind of fakers out there? What do you think is kind of is there a secret sauce, related to LinkedIn outreach?
To be honest, there is not that big difference into tools. Is only technology, but the huge difference is in the approach, because most of the people thinks that they can reach out hundreds of people and they will generate the meetings. But this is really a wrong approach. You just need to start thinking which people what people is relevant for you. What is the right timing to contact them? Timing is really important. and what problem directly you can solve to them. So in a way that you would like to have successful cold outreach, it doesn't matter if we are talking about the LinkedIn campaign or about the email campaign. You just need to consider what problem you will solve for the people that you are reaching out, and the timing. So, for example, when somebody providing some custom development, for them can be the relevant trigger when the company posts, for example, 5 different job positions in a software development, is the right time basically to reach them out, and the offer is relevant for them at this moment. But for example, the month before or the month after is basically irrelevant message that most likely will not convert. And basically, this is a way how people need to start thinking about the cold outreach in general, because at this moment, a lot of people building the lists of 4,000 leads, 10K leads or something just like that. And after that, for example, for 4K, they receive 20 meetings. The conversion rate is really low. Is really low. After that, we just need to consider that from those meetings, maybe we close 0 deals. And so that means to generate the pipeline for sales team of 5 guys, I just need to reach out, for example, 20K leads per month. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You just need to find out the relevant triggers and basically write with some reason. And that's what we are building. We are trying to basically build the campaigns based on the job posting triggers, LinkedIn mentions, when somebody commented something on the LinkedIn in topic where you can provide some value. Basically, find the smarter way how to reach out the person, because everybody, you can check your inbox. I bet you that you receive today maybe 50, maybe 100 email offers that offering multiple tools. But every email that you are reading is why this is relevant.
I'm probably not reading them. I'm probably just hitting delete, or they're going to junk folder or spam. But let me ask you that, because that's such a crucial piece you just mentioned, is relevancy. So you're saying that the tool that you all are building is actually capturing that relevancy. Is it primarily based on keywords? What is the trigger? Is there there are tags? Are there, what is it looking for to identify those?
Basically, it's as an input is usually some type of a keywords, but as you already mentioned on the begin, we utilize basically the AI. And when we are talking, for example, about the keyword lead generation or something just like that, so I am able to check on the LinkedIn every post that mentioning the lead generation. But with AI, I am able to also classify which post mentioning lead generation in a connection that they finding some effective way for the lead generation. I can basically classify the post that mentioning that finding some effective way for the lead generation, and that can be the relevant trigger why to reach out the person. And before AI, before basically OpenAI and Anthropic published their API openly for the public, this thing was not doable. We tried to build some AI models over the 5 years, and it was unsuccessful because we don't have this knowledge to build something great like OpenAI or the Anthropic. But with language models that are at this moment public available, only one thing, what you need to do, you need to basically scrape the LinkedIn post, go through the LinkedIn post, classify which posts are the relevant for you, which not, and after that, you get, for example, from 2,000 posts that mentioning lead generation, only 100 posts will will be marked as irrelevant, but it's absolutely okay because those 100 leads mentioning the exact topic where you are able to help them. And when you reach those 100, there is a higher chance that you convert those people for the meetings really fast. And also for us, is a really great example because we demonstrate how our platform works itself, because they just jump with us on the meeting. And the similar thing is for example with a job posts and with other things. Basically when I'm offering for example, when I'm offering the software developers body shopping or some custom development and etc., I just checking the job offers for the software development. I read basically GPT read each job post, classify if this job post is relevant or not based on the technology that you are offering. And after that, you can write really personalized email, for example, for the CTO or to IT manager. Hey, I just seen your latest job post that mentioning that you are looking for the programmers in a Python. When you need someone now, I'm able to provide these guys.
Or provide the service like as a fractional basis type thing. So it's an interesting technology. I think I saw somewhere on your website, just kind of maybe some case studies about like how the percentage increases, in response or open rate or whatever based on the emails that were sent out. I actually thought that you guys were a little conservative, in your data, because I mean, the way you just described that, if you're sending 100 prospects an email that has identified relevancy, has identified the fact that I just posted about that, that keyword is in my bio, it's in my, profile, headline or whatever, if it's in a job posting I just posted or something like that, I would think that is an exponential game changer. That's not just we're going to move it from a 5% open rate to an 8% open rate, type thing. I mean, it maybe 30%, 40% type thing.
Basically, it's something between 15 up to 35 usually based on the triggers. But also every market is a little bit different. For example, in Europe, we see on our clients that they perform pretty well, and their reply rates are around 25% or 30%. So that's good. Not all the answers are the positives, but also the motivation to reply of the email when current industry standard is around 2% or 1% at this moment. That's the pretty low. We have there the 25 or something just like that. But in USA, the market is really crowded. And basically, in USA, there are not that strict regulation for the personal data and etc. So basically, is a much wider. But by the end of the day, with this approach, you are also able to perform, for example, 10% reply rate or 15% reply rate in the USA, and I think that's pretty good. And each step you can also combine with LinkedIn outreach. So basically, it's better for some cases use the multiple touch points, not only not only email or LinkedIn, but use the both, because at this moment the attention span of the people is pretty low.
So there's no doubt about it. No doubt. I think a multiple pronged approach. It's like if I receive an outreach and then I receive an email from the same person relatively close, I mean, there is some relevancy there. Just the fact that they've taken the time to, to find that information and to reach out. Now, so often you get emails that say, "Oh, I see that you're in this space," and not even close. It's not even related to what I do, type thing. So I'm thinking you have not done your homework. You receive nothing. You don't. It's not even close. It's annoying, actually.
And that's really sad. And that's the really sad why people do not understand to that, because at this moment is a technology where you can basically give to the AI to read the whole company website, and basically the output can be the similar with a person manual research, time to time better, but they still do not use this technology in a sales. They are trying to use basically the AI, but after that, there is some solutions that offering, for example, generating the email openers or something just like that. But by the end of the day, the generated opener is, for example, based on your university studies. So this does not make sense. Hey, I just see that you
15 years
study
ago.
University of Economics. So let's talk about this, our new SaaS product. So that's really sad. And that's what I still pointing that people, when they would like to promote their product or the service, they don't need the thousands of leads. They just need quality 100 leads or 200 leads per month, and that can be enough for them. We have a client,
especially really curated leads. Highly curated leads.
We have clients that reaching out, for example, 12 leads per month based on some trigger. Is not that. It's not the industry where the triggers are everywhere, but when they reach out based on a trigger, they have the reply rate over the 70%. So that's really great. And everyone that reply most likely go to the meeting with them because the offer is really relevant for the trigger that they set. And it can be enough. Basically, 12 leads can be better than 1,000 leads by the end.
Especially if it's a high ticket offer type thing. But
it's a high ticket.
Let's talk about the process. Let's talk about the actual process. Like you've got LinkedIn Sales Navigator. How does the software integrate with Sales Navigator? Like let's really, let's do a very quick demo, kind of narrative demo that says, okay, here are the keywords that I'm looking for, for people to say. How does this software integrate with Sales Navigator and walk through the process? How would you set that up?
Okay, so basically, we are take a look on the Sales Navigator as one of the best and accurate database out there. And but basically, the accuracy of Sales Navigator type. What we are doing with a Sales Navigator, from the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you get a really great resource of the data. But as you already mentioned, for example, you just filter out the generic industry of a company, for example, advertisement or something just like that. So what we are doing on top of the Sales Navigator, we are again integrate into the process the AI. We are able to take all the information from the person profile and check, for example, if the person is really related to marketing and if the person handling in marketing, for example, something specific. For example, I just would like to target only marketing people that handling search engine optimization or PPC or something just like that. With normal Sales Navigator, you are not able to filter out the accurate information. So we are adding there the part of AI that is able to read the whole company, the person profile description with current experience, and based on that, decide if a person is relevant or not.
What about posts and activities and activity? Is it reading their posts as well?
We can also read the post. We can read also their latest LinkedIn post. That can be also the second thing, what we can check if they posted something related, what we are offering, and for send outreach only for those persons that posted something relevant. But what we are also doing there, the additional check of a company, because on the LinkedIn, you can filter based on the industries, but what we are doing there, we are visiting the website of a company, taking the text from the website, taking the text from the LinkedIn company description, and again, the classify that is this relevant for our use case or not, and basically we filter out all irrelevant leads and reduce by the end group of a leads that we plan to reach out. but the relevancy is there. So basically, that's our approach. And when we have prepared this row list, we can start tracking their latest LinkedIn posts, and we can decide that we would like to send the outreach only for people that posted something interesting, for example, about marketing or about their company operations. And the email can basically start it. I just seen your latest post where you mentioning that you integrated into processes this, and this is amazing. And when you would like to push the processes to the next level, we have this thing that you can integrate into the thing that you integrated, for example, a month ago.
That is awesome. And once that lead list is built, you kind of got your list that you're going to reach out to. So is the software also monitoring that? I mean, are you giving it triggers to monitor on an ongoing basis? So it's continually like reading through that contact list to see if there's any new activity or new posts.
Yes, basically, we are able to set the robots for the monitoring. One way is prepare one time and check at this moment, these people posted and I'm sending. But the second thing is that we can set up the tracking. And the tracking is, we can set basically that we would like to track those people every day, every 3 days, every week, every month. And based on that, when something is marked at this moment as irrelevant, is go to automatically into the campaign and outreach is sent. So that means the person, when the person usually prepare in our platform campaign once, and after that the rest of the campaign is on the autopilot, because when the triggers are set properly, they don't need to spend every week with new leads preparation and etc. Basically, after that we are able to monitor that and doing everything automatically. And
go ahead, finish what you're saying. I have a follow-up question here.
I just finished. So okay. Basically, you just don't need to spend the time with that. So
right. I mean that's and not only that. I mean, then you build the campaign based on how you want to reach out, how often you want to reach out, what's the follow-up, what the funnel you're trying to lead them to, type thing. So I'm curious, who is? I mean, this sounds like a very broad, net, very broad, outreach. But do you have ideal clients? If there's an ideal client profile, what does that look like?
So basically, our ideal client are usually the companies that have more than 5 salespeople, and usually have some technical guy, most likely in revenue operations or the marketing, some marketing manager or go-to-market manager that will handle the campaigns in our tool. Because as I already mentioned, the value that you can get is really huge, but the downside of that is that our tool is really complicated for normal salespeople. So basically, someone who are able to operate our tool effectively is usually some technical marketing person, revenue operation person, or the marketing manager. And the company size really depends. We have some companies from Fortune 1000, but we have also some local agencies here in the Czech Republic. Here it depends on different use cases. Usually, the bigger clients tracking the lower number of leads, and for them is more important the quality of the trigger. That's for example, the example that I'm mentioning, only with 12 leads per month. Because they see the really huge value from that. And when the organizations is smaller and smaller, they usually still want to target multiple people, and they just trying to find out how to basically which triggers I can use, and after that they are coming with total nuisances only to have the enough leads in the campaign. Unfortunately,
they move from quality to quantity pretty quickly.
Yeah, unfortunately, but the bigger companies usually start understanding that, and basically the companies that usually using us is for higher ticket sales. For example, the typical size starting from 10K euros per year as a deal value, because for the lower tickets, I think for the lower tickets, there are the more effective ways how basically the getting the customers, like classic, like normal search engine optimization or normal PPCs, etc.
It's interesting to kind of hear you describe kind of the ideal use case and who's the ideal client and just the process. And I really appreciate you taking time to kind of walk through that. But I am curious that we've interviewed a number of people that have that are kind of in the marketing tech SaaS space. And what's really interesting is how often the tool that they're building they created because they needed it internally. They needed it in-house, and they looked and it wasn't available on the open market like they needed it. Is that the case? Did you build it for yourself first and then it just kind of took on its own life?
Basically, the story behind that, we just start building some tool as a lead generation agency, and we built a normal sequencer. Basically, the sequencer like smart lead instantly and etc. You are able to send the bulk emails. But when we released that, the market was over because everyone in 2024 already adopted some solution internally, and we just thinking how to survive and how to somehow start selling basically the sequencer that we built. And in the time, we building for many customers the custom workflows in low code and no code platforms that tracking, for example, the job portals or tracking the LinkedIn feed and comments and etc. And we have some custom development of those workflow where we connecting our platform as a tool for the final outreach. And once we just start analyzing what we need to do some templates of automations that everyone is easily to set up their trigger. So we basically take the five basic use cases like the tracking LinkedIn feed is a one. The second is basically the post of a people, if they posted something relevant or not. The second, the third is basically the job portals, tracking the job portals. After that, find the relevant person and reach out via personalized email. Next one is tracking the filters directly in the Sales Navigator. So, for example, when is somebody new hired, basically get contact to them and etc. So we basically templated every workflow that we built for the customers custom. We templated add into the product. And since we finished the integration, this into the product, we just see that users start coming to our platform and start using that because there are the tools outside, for example, like a Clay, Persona AI, and etc. And they are more harder to set up than our tool because we are pretty hard to set up, but you don't need to know how to utilize the APIs, how to code something, and etc. And also, we have everything on one place, and you don't need to pay, for example, next 5 data providers only for the enriching emails. We have that in a platform by default, and basically that's the how final product was built. It was basically somehow when we tried to survive, we did the low code and no code custom development of multiple workflows and automations for the lead generation. And after that, we just everything templated. We just everything do it really uh, really universal and pushed into the product, and it seems that that
Yeah.
works, and we see a lot of customers that are happy with that.
Right. And that you see the success of the software for sure, and especially externally. But if you were speaking like directly to a marketing agency owner today about the tool, about the the SaaS solution that you guys are providing, so what is the ideal scenario? If I'm a an agency owner, I'm looking, okay, that yeah, you can do leads, you can kind of refine leads and outreach on LinkedIn or whatever. But what is the specifically, what am I looking for? What am I thinking through from a client side, that says, yes, this is a great tool? Is it a high, lifetime value of the lead? Is it a a very clean list? Is that a very niche, kind of market that you're looking at? What am I ideally kind of trying to think through as an agency owner?
To purchase LeadSpeaker as their tool.
Yeah. What's the
So
overlap there? What's the integration?
so basically, one advantage of the LeadSpeaker is that you can manage the multiple clients from one interface in one subscription. We have included basically the LinkedIn outreach that combines the email outreach. We also have all the email. We just providing the email waterfall enrichment as a default. So basically, the first thing is to reduce the costs and reduce the number of tools that you need to operate and that you need to pay. And second thing is basically the capability do the things properly that really works. Because at this moment the setup some trigger based campaign is still pretty hard. And in a LeadSpeaker platform, you get really you just get a really nice template where you only paste one link. After that, semantically write what is your target group, and after that, everything is done automatically by for you. So
Right.
that should be
Right.
basically the main points. And we just see that some agencies start switching to us from their old sales tech, what they basically using for their clients.
And it's interesting if you can if I can really increase the number of leads that I provide for my client, then I'm making my client very happy, through this tool. And where do you see LeadsPicker in 5 years? What's next on the drawing board? What's next on the whiteboard, that for LeadsPicker or for this whole
So
space?
basically, for the LeadSpeaker, I don't know if LeadSpeaker in next 5 years will still exist. Maybe we will exit that till this time, because at this moment uh, we are we are on the way when we are thinking to exit the company and start building something new, or basically build from the LeadSpeaker something huge and try to compete the companies like Apollo or the Zoom Info. There is a high potential, but as I already mentioned, we are with the LeadSpeaker over 7 years. So here it depends. But I hope that LeadSpeaker will be big in some time, and basically will work as now. And on the roadmap, basically we adding slowly the most triggers, or also in more traditional businesses, because at this moment we are really LinkedIn centric, but not every business is on the LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So, for example, like local businesses, and etc. Is a really huge number of leads, and outside is a really huge number of companies that are
Yeah.
interested into the leads. And you are able, for example, to track when new restaurant is opened, and etc. So there is also different
Yeah.
triggers. So we can we would like to add more triggers. Work on a user interface. Basically, do it lead speaker platform easy as possible, and that's the basically our plans at this moment.
Lead Speaker 2.0 might be a different name, but it's going to have the same DNA. It's just going to be on a broadened basis. So, man, that's exciting. It's exciting to see, and I'm anxious to try it out myself, actually, just as a tool. But we're going to shift right now to our rapid fire. If you got a chance to watch any of our previous episodes, we always finish with like five questions or so, and I'd love to hear the answers to these questions. So I'm just going to ask you questions, very short answers, just the first thing that comes to mind. Did you get along with your parents growing up?
What?
Did you get along with? Did you get on with your parents growing up?
I don't know if I understand correctly.
Did you argue a lot with your parents, or were you a good kid?
Yes, I argue. Basically, yes, I argue really a lot. So, sorry for that. I just basically destroyed the whole concept of the rapid fire.
No problem. Do you have siblings, like brothers or sisters?
Yes, sister.
Do you have a pet or pets?
No, at this moment.
You're too busy doing tech stuff. That's right. Doing more tech.
Yes.
Any children?
No.
What time do you wake up on a work day normally?
At 7 o'clock.
And what time do you normally go to bed at night?
Around 10, 11. It depends.
Ideal vacation spot anywhere in the world, money, no object.
Greece. That's
Greek islands, or just Greece in general?
Greek islands, ideally.
Yeah, no doubt. That is true for many of us. How does faith affect your work life?
Really a lot, because without faith, basically, because when we are building something, there is we just need to have some faith and also some luck to be successful. So basically, that's the influencing us really a lot.
If you were king for a day, not just of the Czech Republic, but king of the world, and in the marketing space, what is one thing you would change about marketing in general?
I would like to stop. I would like to stop all the cold emails without relevant trigger.
I am now your loyal subject. I agree. Please stop cold emails without relevancy. That is so true. You know what's interesting is that is the most common answer. It's like stop spam, stop
Yeah,
and relevant emails. Yeah.
But it's really sad that Google and Microsoft start really fight against that. But by the end of the day, at this moment, all of us are influenced somehow with the changes that the Google and Microsoft releasing. But there still will be a really huge number of people that will destroying the mailing again and again and again.
Yep, no doubt.
I just seen the people that created, for example, the 800 different email domains to basically send some X number of leads. So it's really crazy. So
yeah, it is like in English there's an expression in the States, really, it's called the Wild West. It's just like it's just chaotic, and lawless, really, for sure. But man, Tomáš, thank you so much for just coming on the show today and just sharing your wisdom and insights and just the story of the tech solution you're building, and really just providing value to a great audience out there of marketing agency owners who are trying to grow and scale their agency. Tomáš, thanks again. Have a great day. It's been good having you on the show. Appreciate your time.
Also, thank you for having me. Thank you for nice time. And yeah, I hope that someone will find the value what we discussed there today.
For sure. Thanks again. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to another great episode of the Marketing Umbrella Podcast. where we provide the information you need from successful leading marketers to build and grow your digital marketing agency. To learn more, go to umbrellaus.com.